Furthermore, this is the same individual, if we're talking about who should we trust to keep our community safe, wants to provide police officers with full immunity to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do whenever you feel like a situation arises that requires you to not use best practices, whether that be using patience, calling a mental health professional, but if you believe a person needs to be shot down like a dog in the street, you do so, and you won't have to face any consequences.
Links will be in the description. I will stop and start. This is the B.E.T. Black Men Summit. This is part 2. We're going to deal with the reproductive rights, but I want to show you another example of the stupidity that was prevalent in this conversation. Apparently, this man believes that full immunity means that a police officer can do whatever he wants outside of the line of duty or outside of his calling and not have to worry about prosecution. That is another lie that the Democrats have been promoting about Trump's full immunity, essentially gaslighting the American populace. That's not what he meant. So it doesn't mean that people are going to just be running around offing black people and never having to deal with the repercussions of it. But again, this is how they operate. Let's keep going with the reproductive rights topic. If you want to find out, just go and research about what the full immunity thing actually meant. It's online. You can do it. It's pretty easy. Well, let's keep going. Here we go with the reproductive rights talk.
It's for people to want to have control of their body. That's a radical thing, but it's not radical for a teenager to bear the child of a rapist. You got your R's, man.
Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem with DL. First of all, it's a false analogy. Second, Republicans and Democrats agree with certain exceptions, and that's one of the exceptions that they agree upon. Now, I am a full no. I'm like none. Okay, completely banned because it is murder. I do not believe that in any case it is acceptable to commit one sin to make another sin right. You don't make R word right by committing M word. But the false analogy aside, you don't even have to worry about that part because that's been given to the states. Trump is not even interested in that. He's a moderate. He's essentially Bill Clinton from 1992-96. He would have been a Democrat back then, and he was. So I don't even agree with Trump on this. But the fact that these men think that type of rhetoric is helpful or is used, not even just helpful, they think it works because it actually does. That's how stupid we've become as a society that you can't see immediately that that's a logic. What D.L. Hughley did was a logical fallacy. But again, they use that because it appeals to the emotion. And it's like, yeah, man, they want women who've had the R word done to them not be able to get rid of the baby. Come on, yeah, up in arms.
That's just crazy to me. So, you know what I'm saying? So, speak to that.
Yeah, again, this is issue because 45 was president. He put 3 Supreme Court justices on the Supreme Court who raised their hand and said, we would not touch Roe v. Wade. And then what's the first thing they did? They repealed Roe v. Wade. And it has had a heartbreaking impact on the black community especially. Because when you think about...
So the millions of black babies that have been offed because of Roe v. Wade are not heartbreaking, because in a successful A word, at least one person dies. At least one. In an unsuccessful one, what they call unsuccessful, 2 or more can die. It's not heartbreaking that we've lost generations upon generations of black people. That's not heartbreaking because of Roe v. Wade. That's not heartbreaking at all. But the overturning, because a couple of high profile cases of people that have had that been in very dire situations and taken pills that you should have been taking without the doctor. No, they made foolish decisions. That's heartbreaking. But the millions upon millions of black babies that have been offed because torn to pieces and made, that's not heartbreaking though.
The maternal mortality rates of black women during pregnancy and labor and delivery issues in this state of Georgia, it is 2 to 1, right, Cliff? 2 to 1. And so it hit close to home for me because...
So the 2 to 1 ratio means that we should offer our children. That's essentially what they're saying. So that we could possibly save a few mothers, we should kill millions of unborn children. Because the mortality rates, would they have gone down if the woman had gotten rid of the baby earlier? Because again, most medical professionals will tell you that a cesarean section is always an option if the mother's life is in danger. This mother's life is in danger thing is nonsense that you have to commit an A word in order. These people are absolute clowns.
Attorney Mike Harper and I represent the family of Amber Thurman. Oh, wow. This is a sister who, DL, is the first documented case that we are aware of where the extreme abortion bans actually resulted in a woman in a hospital bed with doctors who could have prevented her death. But because of concerns that they would go to prison, we believe they let her suffer for 20 hours while she was vomiting and passing out and turning colors. And nobody told her family, her mother was there. Nobody told them that we're not going to treat her because we're afraid we might go to jail. And so it affects all of us, especially black men who have daughters. In fact, DL, we have Amber Thurman's father, Andre Thurman, here with us. And he can say how it affects black men more than anybody.
So here's the thing. I'm inclined not to believe anything that comes out of Crump's mouth. I'm going to do some research on this, but I am inclined to believe that he is exaggerating this story because he's a liar. And that's his history. Now they brought this man up here who lost his daughter, and again, sympathy. My heart goes out to him. If I had lost my daughter, I would be. Well, first of all, I wouldn't want Crump to be using me as a tool to promote more fetal deletions. That would not be where I would be. I wouldn't want him anywhere near me. But you're gonna listen to this man speak, and again, saddening story. I don't know the details if they're true. I am inclined not to believe Benjamin Crump because he is a liar and a charlatan.
These laws have tremendously affected me. I lost my baby behind them. Let them just sit there for 20 hours. That didn't do anything. Well, I can't thank Kamala for keeping her name alive.
Yes.
And doing everything that they doing for us. Thanks.
And they obviously used this man. That was sad. That was sad. We're gonna probably have to do part 3 because they keep going. So we gonna keep going. I appreciate everybody, subscribers. This is a 3-parter. We may break it up. We'll see. Thank you to all the members and financial supporters. Until next time, be on the alert, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. See y'all around. Bye.